Hey boys, I just went through my toolbox. Well, figured I might as well share it with you guys. Nothing I'm proud of, or should I say nothing I'm ashamed of either. It's just a very basic, it's a very basic toolbox. Nothing professional about it. I ain't telling you it's the way to go, but for me it works very well. I'm once in a blue service kind of guy, and what I mean is plan B, something broke down nearby, I'll go fix it. So I'll go through it real quick. Once again, just sharing with you boys. If you can learn from this, great. If you can't, just skip on and go watch something else. So keeping it very basic and straightforward here. So I got 3 bends, right? Sockets, just random stuff. Utility knife, which should probably be in there, and then like brake cleaner, Teflon, testing. This is like an emergency roadside assistant kind of kit for me. Got my crescent wrench, very basic, very cheap tools. Now, if I were to use this toolbox every day, it would definitely look way different. But keep in mind, this is once in a blue. Crap hit the fan, let's fix what's on the road. So I ain't gonna go out and set up a toolbox that's thousands and thousands of dollars, but I will show you what all I have here. So, as y'all can see, my tools are very basic. So, this is the main toolbox I have. It's very basic. No, I don't like it. But it's a very basic toolbox. The reason I don't like it is because Craftsman went cheap, and it's not the tool quality, it's the way they built their kit. You know, a lot of empty space and nothing they should be proud of, but I get it. They need to sell a lot of this stuff. So if I were specifically looking for a toolbox for my truck to throw in here, it would be a little bit more thought through toolbox. This toolbox was bought by one of my drivers, if I remember right. They needed some tools, and anyways, this toolbox was kept in the Ford while I was on the road. So yeah, instead of it laying around now, since the Ford's not on the road, I will the 7.3, not the 6.7. The 6.7 is still on the road. The 7.3 is just around town putter. So I took the toolbox, threw it in here. Something that's very basic. I don't know, but I bought this thing for 20 bucks, man. At Sears, you could say I got a lot of Craftsman tools, but for 20 bucks, guys, yes, for 20 bucks, I got all this. I said, you can't go wrong. Bought it last Christmas. So I found this cheap old Harbor Freight. I can't remember what happened, but excuse me. For some reason in Salt Lake, I needed to buy one wrench, and the closest thing we had to the location was Harbor Freight. I just can't remember why I had to go out and buy these. But anyway, so I went out, bought these tools. They did the job, and they were laying around in my container for years. Came back around, found them, and I put them in here. So are they awesome tools? Absolutely not. Harbor Freight tools, I can't say anything good about them because they don't keep their form. Anything with like a bolt is well tightened down, you're gonna have a hell of a time with these. These are very cheap tools. Not only are they cheap, they're really bad quality. Certain things with Harbor Freight you can buy, but this is something I'll tell you to stay away from. But being in the position that I was at the time, I just bought them, it got the job done, and I was on my way. So instead of throwing them in the trash because they've sat in my container for a while, I just threw them in here. And guess what? 2 weeks ago I used, I think it was a 10 millimeter, and it saved the night. I literally had to do a couple really tight spots. So an overflow line on a radiator, I had to unscrew it for some reason, but this 10 did the job. So once again, I'm gonna go through my toolbox and tell you something you should buy and shouldn't buy, since I'm here already. For 20 bucks, I couldn't go wrong with this, and if you see it for 20 bucks, definitely buy it. Now this Cobalt, for whatever reason, I was doing a little housework, and I did not want to go anywhere to buy anything else. So I decided it was a good idea at the time, and I want to say I needed one of these. I bought the house 5 years ago, it was laying around, and yeah, why not? It's always something odd that you're going to need on the road, and this is going to take care of most of it. This is one of those things I was contemplating if I should even put them in my toolbox, because a lot of these are in my random box, and then these are somewhat metal, but I think they're a one-time deal, and this is a bunch of wood, so it's hit and miss. I wouldn't really I still don't know why I have it in here, but I do. I've never used them. Oh, nope, I lied. I was doing a remodeling at my office, and I used them. So yeah, I guess I did use them. I didn't realize it. You know, they say you don't know what you have till you lose it. So I guess everybody saved the day once already, so I didn't even realize that. I always have shop towels, as you could tell. I always have a roll usually jammed in here so I could come in and grab it. So my measuring tape right there, and my shop towels are right here. So that's what I like to have, and that's the way it's done around here. So the way I stack them for least used, which is this, and then I'll throw this on here. My shop towels, this toolbox is so big I want it lower so it's more stable, it's not dumping itself. But hold on a sec, my little girl's looking for me. Anyways, the way I have them stacked is least used. To most use, as you could tell, you know, all these simple little screwdriver is something you're going to use very often. And then I don't know why I have these. I think sometimes I get, well actually I do, sometimes I get into icky, sticky situations. And mostly it's refilling my little Schaefer's. Literally, my Schaefer's cleaner is in here. I have, the reason I use one of these quarts is because it shows me my level. So yeah, I usually do 8 ounces per Phillip. Anyways, and it's really nasty stuff, man. You get that stuff on your fingers, good luck washing it off. So most of the reason why I have this, but sometimes, you know, I was working with coolant recently. Those are nice, you know, because if I use my leather ones, they get soaked, and then it's just a waste of gloves. So anyways, very, very basic. Something I advise everyone to have with them is one of these if they're in the automotive industry. It's pretty much a filter wrench. But I mean, I've worked on my Mercedes, changing out the supercharger pulley. It's just something you need to grab and hold. Filters obviously is what it was built for, but I like it very much. Highly advise everyone to get one. They're like 20 bucks. Really high, very, very nice tool. I bought it at Kenworth. For some reason, I think Ryobi or something like that makes one of these for like $100, and I thought they were high. I was in the tool section of one of these high-end stores, and they wanted $100. I'm like, man, y'all high. I'm just gonna go get me another one because I had ripped one before. These are car straps for the wheels, triangles, and once crap hits my fire extinguisher right there. It needs to be mounted elsewhere, but it's usually open. I try to keep my bungees here in the corner so they're not grabbing onto a bunch of different stuff. So I can just grab them and go, and you guys that deal with bungees knows how it is. You gotta leave them in their own area because they will grab onto stuff and have you a nightmare. So anyways, that's it. Cheapo jumper cables, they do the job. They are not heavy duty, so it's a pain in the neck to do anything with trucks with them. Usually if I know I'm gonna deal with trucks, I will go get the fatty ones from the shop. I think they're like $350 jumper cables. So yeah, that's it. Very basic stuff. It gets the job done. I want to say don't judge me, but it's not really what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say don't be dumb. Don't put a lot of money into this toolbox, especially a guy like me that parks his truck everywhere. Anyone with a crowbar can open it up and jack all your stuff. And then if you're a full-time mechanic and you need a toolbox, like I've said, if I were to use this toolbox every day, it would definitely look different. Definitely be looking different, and I don't know. I'd think of something a little bit more secure than this dinky lock right there. Anyways, boys, that's all I had to share with you. And yes, the bottom is the fuel tank, as you could tell. The filler neck was right there. All right, boys. Hopefully this helps and inspires some of you guys or give you some ideas. Anyways, may the Lord bless you. May y'all have a mighty fine day.